had a ton of snaps in this preseason, and let's see what he can do. But the idea that they're trying to sabotage him is so stupid that I just can't even, I'm just done. I can't even wrap my head around it. And to try and to manipulate what he said into some idea that he didn't want, or that they didn't want.
He could be speaking to the city of Cleveland as if to say, don't blame me for this one. That is the man that gave Deshaun Watson guaranteed $230 million, which right now is going down as arguably the worst trade in NFL.
Shedeur Sanders' standout moments in training camp have ignited serious controversy. Why are the Browns holding him back? He's clearly the most talented quarterback they've had in years. Still, they're pushing him down the depth chart and handing more reps to guys like Dillon Gabriel. It started when Stephen A. Smith and Louis Riddick called it out. But now even Jason Lloyd has weighed in, and the pressure is mounting. Why is Shedeur Sanders, with all his skill, stuck on the bench? Is this the kind of move the Browns will end up regretting? Let's break down the drama and get into it.
I don't either. Like, what kind of long jump Carl Lewis leap are we making here? They traded up to wreck his career. That's how diabolical the Browns are. They traded up so that they could say, screw the Sanders family. We're going to show him. Yeah, we're going to run a ball into the ground. What he's very clearly saying for anybody with a lick of common sense is when they left the building Friday night, when he kept falling and kept falling and kept falling on Saturday, regardless of whose decision it was to move up to get him, as an organization, they made the decision to move up to get him, not because they're trying to tank this poor kid's career, because they have a job open at quarterback.
Jason Lloyd didn't hold back, ripping into the Browns front office for what he sees as a deliberate attempt to derail Shedeur Sanders' progress. He went straight at team owner Jimmy Haslam, openly questioning why Haslam is blocking a quarterback who's clearly doing everything he can to help the team win. Lloyd made it clear, Shedeur has been grinding at training camp, showing up every day and putting in serious work. But even with all that, the Browns keep pushing him down. Lloyd's question was blunt. Why is the front office trying to sabotage a guy who's proving himself daily? And he didn't stop there. He blasted Haslam for twisting the story, saying it's flat out wrong for an owner to pretend he never wanted a rookie like Shedeur Sanders. According to Jason Lloyd, no NFL owner should be making such reckless and damaging comments about a player, especially not a hard-working rookie trying to earn his spot. Lloyd said it's unbelievable that Haslam would publicly throw Shedeur under the bus like this, and slammed the idea that there's any excuse for the kind of disrespect being aimed his way. Shedeur's commitment to the game should be the headline, but instead, he's being dragged into petty drama he didn't create.
And to try and to manipulate what he said into some idea that he didn't want, or that they didn't want him. Like, I just don't understand how you can make that. I would love someone to logically explain it to me.
On the other side, Garrett Bush had a completely different view. He pushed back hard, saying there's no way Shedeur Sanders can be sabotaged. Bush argued that Jimmy Haslam's comments won't hurt Shedeur, but they will come back to haunt Haslam himself. According to Garrett, talent like Shedeur's can't be hidden for long. Eventually, fans will demand answers, and the pressure on Haslam and the Browns will only get worse. Bush admitted this move might blow up in their faces, but he still made it clear. It's wrong for management to put a young, hungry player in this kind of situation when he's clearly proving he's ready. And then Stephen A. Smith jumped in. He absolutely torched Browns owner Jimmy Haslam. Stephen A. Smith went all in, flat out calling Jimmy Haslam a coward for his recent remarks about Shedeur Sanders. He tore into him, saying it was a pathetic and obvious attempt to shift blame. According to Stephen, this had nothing to do with accountability. Haslam wasn't owning up to anything. It was a weak, desperate move to cover up his own failure, especially for passing on Shedeur in the draft. Stephen didn't hold back. He said Haslam's actions were all about protecting his ego, and called it one of the worst looks he's ever seen from an NFL owner.
He could be speaking to the city of Cleveland as if to say, don't blame me for this one. That is the man that gave Deshaun Watson guaranteed $230 million, which right now is going down as arguably the worst trade in NFL.
Stephen A. Smith didn't mince words. He said this wasn't some innocent mistake. This had nothing to do with Shedeur's game. It was personal. According to him, this was a calculated move, a direct shot at Deion Sanders. And the message was loud and clear. We'll come after your son to get to you. That's what this was really about. That was the play. That was the plan. Because let's be real, there's no football excuse for a quarterback as talented as Shedeur Sanders dropping all the way to the 5th round. The only real explanation? People in the league wanted it to happen. And they made damn sure it did.
If you'd have told me but see, we picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur. I would say that's not happening, but, we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur.
Stephen didn't just call out a bad decision. He exposed what looks like a personal attack on Deion Sanders through his son. With voices like Jason Lloyd and Stephen A. Smith turning up the heat, the controversy is only getting louder. Subscribe to our channel for the latest updates, exclusive insights, and full coverage of the story as it unfolds.